South Africa's ruling party is in turmoil, figuratively, not literally. Imagine two of its most influential leaders, guided Mantashe and Mbalula, standing face to face, clashing in a fiery confrontation that has burst beyond closed doors and spilled into the public arena. Their conflict has sent tremors through the ANC, igniting one burning question: is the future of the party at risk of collapse? Before we delve deeper into this dramatic power struggle, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss updates on South Africa's most gripping political twists and turns. The ANC has weathered countless internal battles throughout its history, but this particular showdown feels different. Guided Mantashe, a seasoned figure who has shaped the party's structures for decades, embodies the old guard, those who insist on protecting the ANC's traditions, discipline, and legacy. In contrast, Mbalula has positioned himself as the bold, outspoken, and often divisive face of the new ANC. Famous for his fiery outbursts on Twitter and sharp one-liners, Mbalula argues the movement must transform quickly to capture the attention of younger South Africans who are steadily losing faith in it. Reports reveal that sparks erupted during a high-level ANC meeting where Mantashe accused Mbalula of recklessness, charging that his behavior damages the party's credibility and undermines discipline. Mbalula allegedly retorted that the ANC doesn't need dinosaurs trapped in the past, but instead requires daring leaders willing to confront today's realities directly. What's unfolding here is not merely a war of words, it is a fight for the soul of the ANC. At its core, this conflict reveals two opposing visions: Mantashe's dream of a party rooted in liberation history, respect for seniority, and rigid structures, even if progress is slow, versus Mbalula's vision of an ANC that reinvents itself to connect with a younger, frustrated generation fed up with corruption, unemployment, and empty promises. For Mantashe, the danger lies in losing control of the very organization he helped mold. For Mbalula, the threat is being silenced by a resistant establishment clinging tightly to power. Each man believes he is fighting to safeguard the ANC's survival, but they are doing so in radically different ways. And caught in the middle is President Cyril Ramaphosa. Already under immense pressure from multiple factions, corruption scandals, and an impatient electorate, Ramaphosa now faces the delicate balancing act of keeping peace between Mantashe, one of his closest allies, and Mbalula, the party's Secretary-General. If Ramaphosa leans too far toward Mantashe, he risks alienating younger voters desperate for change. But if he sides with Mbalula, he risks losing the loyalty of ANC veterans who believe stability can only come through respecting the old order. For a president whose leadership is already under constant scrutiny, this feud could easily become his most difficult challenge yet. And it's important to be clear, this is not simply an ANC family dispute. Because the ANC governs the nation, every policy decision, cabinet reshuffle, and election campaign is directly shaped by what unfolds within its ranks. A divided ANC translates into fragile governance, sluggish decision-making, and instability at a time when South Africa urgently requires strong leadership. Ordinary citizens are already grappling with unemployment, poverty, crime, and the endless nightmare of load shedding. To them, the sight of ANC leaders squabbling amongst themselves instead of solving real problems feels like a bitter betrayal. Analysts have warned that if the ANC cannot mend its divisions, it will only open the door wider for opposition parties to make deeper inroads in the next election. For many observers, the clash between Mantashe and Mbalula stirs memories of past ANC civil wars, such as the fierce power struggles between Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma, or the factional conflicts that tore the party apart during the late 2000s. Those battles eroded the ANC's credibility and left scars that still linger. The crucial difference today, however, is that the ANC stands in an even more vulnerable position. Public trust has plummeted to an all-time low, and younger voters are no longer bound by loyalty to liberation history. If these divisions widen, the ANC could be staring at its worst electoral performance in history. While the fight between Mantashe and Mbalula may appear personal, it represents something far larger, an existential identity crisis. Is the ANC still the movement of Nelson Mandela, respected for its unity, discipline, and vision? Or has it become a fractured machine desperately scrambling to remain relevant in a rapidly changing world? Unless the party finds a way to reconcile these competing visions, it risks collapsing from within. Should that happen, the consequences would extend far beyond party politics. They would reshape South Africa's entire political landscape. So here's the pressing question: whose vision should define the ANC's future, the steady, cautious old guard represented by Mantashe, or the daring, disruptive wave led by Mbalula? Do you believe the ANC can weather this storm, or are we witnessing the beginning of its downfall? Share your views in the comments section. We want to hear your thoughts. And if you found this breakdown insightful, don't leave without smashing the subscribe button, liking this video, and sharing it widely. The ANC's story is far from finished, and the next chapter might just be the most explosive one yet. Stay tuned, because when chaos erupts within the ANC, it's not just politics on the line, it's the very future of South Africa.